home. 30 to go. Away you go. I'll keep the sharpness in there as well. That's it inside the pocket. Bring them up, bring them over.
I'm good, thank you. Just finished the training session, so I'm a little bit tired, but okay.
Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna have to just try and find out a little bit more about you.
Yeah, go for it.
How you started, why you started boxing, and what you're doing now in the future. Right now you're a professional.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. How many pro fights have you had?
3 fights.
3 fights?
Yes.
Or 3 wins?
3 fights, 3 wins.
Any stoppages?
So 2 stoppages and then 1 on points.
1 on points.
Yeah.
When was the points one?
It was the most recent one.
Recent one.
Me and my coach Sab, we sat down and we just said the first 2 girls, they're okay, but let's get a bit more of a tougher opponent.
Okay.
I kind of like going the distance.
Yeah.
It's good to get the rounds in and just get more experience in the ring. So we went for a bit of a tougher opponent with like less losses and more wins. And went for
was it a 4-rounder as well?
6-rounder.
6-rounder.
Yeah, I started on 6-rounders.
Okay.
Because I came from the elite background, so I was used to 3 threes.
Okay.
So the idea of doing 4 twos was a bit boring.
Okay.
I warm up in the latter rounds as well, so I wanted to do 6. Yeah.
So in the first 2 rounds, you said you got rid of both of them.
Yeah.
Before the other thing. So how many rounds was it?
So I got, it was for some reason it happened to me in the 2nd round.
Both of them?
But early on, in the 2nd round. I was always intending to go out and just box and feel my way through. So I think I could have maybe finished it early in the 1st round, but I wanted to kind of, have a bit of a, get more experience in the 1st round and give the people that pay for tickets a bit more time and learn some more then do it,
Okay. So you did touch on about being an elite, is from an elite background. Can you touch on me?
Yeah, so I was an amateur before I was pro. I had 36 fights as an amateur.
36?
Yeah.
How long was you an amateur for?
A good, let's say, 6 years. 6 years as an amateur, 5-6 years as an amateur. Boxed as a novice. I won the nationals as a novice, and won the elites 3 times as an elite boxer.
Oh, you won the elite?
Yeah.
What weight was that?
64 kilos, light welter. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a bit of a problem then with that weight because is there a weight 64 in the Olympics?
No, it's not. So I was waiting around for them to introduce. There were talks of 64 being introduced.
Okay.
And then I waited around for nearly 3 years, hoping that it would come in, and it didn't. In the end, they brought in 69. And I used to be about 71 kilos, but I've been at 64 for so long now. To go back up to 69, I wasn't so sure that I would, be strong enough at that weight. So I made the decision to go pro instead.
So you never went to campaign at 69?
I don't think I'd be strong enough because I've been boxing for a long time at 64, and I was a strong 64. I mean, it would mean I'd have to restart all over again, and it would take probably another few years to establish myself as probably a 69 kilo. So I decided to take the leap and go pro.
Okay. I mean, you missed the opportunity of trying to be an Olympian.
Do you know what? When I first started, that's all I ever dreamed of. If you'd asked me to be pro, I'd be like, nope, no interest, I don't care. But I think the idea of being 69 kilos and having to start all over again and establish myself, I think for me, because I'm getting a bit older now, I'm 31.
Okay.
So to be now, to go back in with the young lads, I thought it was time to move on and go for something new. It was really hard because that was all I ever saw, but as we know, you can't plan life. You just go with the flow.
So you said you won at 64, so were you the best in the country?
Yeah, so 3 years in a row, 2015, 16 and 17, and then when I got to that point, I said I might as well go pro. There's not really much more I can do. I can't get on, to the GB squad. They don't have my weight. I'm never going to go to major competitions. I boxed for England, but the competitions were small, and so I thought it was time. to move on.
Okay. Do you get to spar any of the Olympians now?
Well, I can always, if I want to, I've always got the option of, you know, going and sparring, you know, top Olympians or going up to the camp if I want to. I mean, yeah, the amateur option's always there to spar. They're great.
Yeah.
They're nice and sharp,
Yeah.
super fit. So the option's always there anyway.
Talking about 69, the best thing, well, so far, the best thing is a girl called, is it Sandy?
Sandy Ryan, yeah, top girl. When I was on the England team and we had to go for camp, she was actually boxing at 60.
Really?
So I've had the honour of sharing the ring with
Yeah.
Sandy and sparring with her, and she helps me prep for a couple of the ABAs which I went on to win. So top girl,
Yeah.
whatever weight she decides to box at, I think she's a very good boxer.
Good talent.
Very good talent. I think I wouldn't be surprised if she medalled at the Olympics.
Okay, we'll be looking forward to that. But enough about her. Let's talk more about you. Do you know why you started boxing?
Yeah, I mean, I used to get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I never really stuck at any sports. I played football on quite a decent level. Played for like Barnet Ladies.
Okay.
I played for the first team and the reserves team. I played for Fulham as well.
Okay.
So like, I was okay, but I was just never dedicated.
Yeah.
I never trained outside of it.
Yeah.
Then got into boxing. Really enjoyed it, and it's the first thing I stuck at, you know, for 6 years, which was pretty cool, and never looked back since then.
Because it's funny you say that about you never stopped playing outside your football team thing. Imagine you did boxing before you started football.
Yeah.
You would have forced yourself to be more disciplined in football. That's what boxing brings, I think.
Oh, 100%. I think if you speak to any boxer, you know, from my background anyway, I was always around like the wrong people, and not in a rude way, but people who didn't really have any aspirations to go any further, just kind of just, you know, live day by day, not really short-term or long-term plans. And I think boxing gave me the discipline and a family. So from a background, I didn't really have family around me as well. So for the first time, I had father figures in the gym who would not let me get away with anything. And because of boxing, I am where I am now. So I have qualifications for one, and I'm more successful in what I do. So boxing's done all that.
That's good. How did it feel winning the first national title?
You know, like you picture that, and that's what you want, and you don't see anything else. So that was just amazing. I don't think I can put any words on it really too much. I don't know. Just it's what every boxer trains for, but not every boxer gets it. So to have the honour is awesome.
Did you can you remember how many bouts you had before winning it?
Such a long time ago. When I first won it at a novice level, I think I only had about three, maybe 4 fights. So that was awesome. But I worked really hard. And I remember I had this board where I want to win the national titles, and I remember I used to look at it every day. I was like, right, I'm gonna do this, and you know when you do it, you're like, it's amazing.
What club did you box out of?
Islington Boxing Club.
Okay. And you boxed all your amateur
All of my career at Islington, yeah.
Okay. And how did it feel of your talent leaving them? You know, the national champion 3 times.
I think it was just thanks to the coaches and the people that helped me, because no one gets to where they need to get to without some form of help. And I'm very open in saying, no matter where my journey takes me, if I don't train at Islington as much anymore, I always remember where I came from. And I remember the people that instilled discipline and routine and you know, me behaving the right way in me. So definitely Islington had played a big part.
What area are you from?
So I've lived in Islington now for about 6 years, but I've lived in Hendon. I moved all around the place, so I didn't have that much family around here.
Okay. And how did you come about in meeting Sab?
It's funny, Sab. I was going to say something really bad on camera, but hold on. No, in a good way. So when I boxed for England, we had a dual match against Denmark, and it's my first ever international for England. And I'd seen him on the circuit, but I didn't really know him. But I remember him being really dry humoured, and I have a similar humour, and I think he just made me giggle a lot. And then he said that he's there now, dancing. He ended up being in my corner, and we gelled ever since, so we kept in touch since then.
So have you felt like it's added a little bit more into your... What's the difference between training as an amateur and as a pro?
I mean, like I said, I started at Islington, and they gave me the foundations, and I worked with like one coach in particular, and he was really good, but it was a changing of styles. And Sab's been around the amateurs for a long time.
Yes.
I think he's about 103, I'm not sure. No, he's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
He started working with a couple of pros. I like to set up, I liked Hoddesdon.
Yeah.
I like the idea of driving outside London,
Yes.
getting a new fresh perspective,
Yes.
and yeah, I don't think I'm going to go anywhere anytime soon.
How long does that take you to get to Hoddesdon?
Well, now I have a car,
Yeah.
thanks to Sab pushing my manager.
Yeah.
Good day, 30 minutes, depending on how fast I drive, so I try to avoid the average speed cameras.
Yeah.
Slow down when they're there and then speed up, about 30 minutes. On a bad day, could take 45 minutes, but it's well worth it. It's a good place to be in by yourself and think about it.
Is that from Islington though?
Yeah, so from Crouch End, I live at the moment.
Really? 30 minutes?
Yeah.
What way do you take?
Go through Turnpike Lane,
Okay.
over the bridge, and then up the A10.
Oh, okay.
So today I left my house at say 9:20,
Yes.
and I got here bang on today at 5 to 10. So today was a bit longer because I was going after people had gone to the schools.
Yeah.
So if I come a bit later, if I time it properly,
Yeah.
it could take 30 minutes.
Before I switched on the camera, I heard Sab saying see you at 4:30 in the morning. Was he joking? What do you mean?
So he used to be like a train driver, so he wakes up. He used to have an early shifts,
Okay.
and I normally have clients at 5:45, sometimes a bit earlier.
Yeah.
So I wanted to train
Yeah.
before I had my clients. So I asked him to come and train. He said yeah. So I
Really?
offer him a coffee, some banter, and he'll take me out, do some track stuff, and then
Oh, that's the dedication on both sides.
yeah.
Okay. I
It's
understand
nice
that.
having a coach that's willing to, sacrifice. Just what? who's willing to sacrifice just as much as you, because it makes the win so much sweeter, and the success that I can look after hopefully one day.
Okay, hopefully you do,
Yeah.
and many others. In terms of in the pros, is there any female boxer that you enjoy watching and you admire, or past ones?
I mean, like you have to take your hat off to Katie Taylor and Nicola Adams, and especially Clarissa Shields.
Yes.
2012, I think they blew the head off women's boxing in the sense that they boxed so well.
Yes.
They all won golds and put us on the map.
Yes.
So I definitely like Clarissa Shields. I think she's aggressive in the right way.
Yes.
Even if she got knocked down in her last fight, still got up and won the fight unanimously. I think for me, she's one of my favourites. Katie Taylor's really cool. Nicola Adams always done her thing anyway. So and there's another boxer I like, Stacey Copeland.
Okay.
We've known each other since the England times of boxing,
Okay.
and she's definitely one to watch out for.
What is she's a pro now?
She's a pro now, yeah. She just won a Commonwealth title, so she's
wow.
awesome.
What
Yeah,
weight is that?
welterweight.
Welterweight.
Not welter, sorry. 69 kilo. Yeah, welterweight.
69.
Super
Super
welter. Yeah.
yeah.
It's different names in there. Yeah, it's
different.
different names.
So
in
what
there.
are you now?
Light welter.
No, welter still. Okay. And it's funny you said about Clarissa Shields, because in her debut she fought a girl who's now become she beat a girl who's now become a
World champion. Yeah.
So that shows the level she steps up.
Yeah.
That's quite good. So what's your ambition?
I think like any boxer,
Yes.
the whole idea is to win,
Yeah.
win as much as possible,
Yes.
not be defeated. And
Yes.
now I'm in the pros. It's win as many belts as I possibly can.
Yes.
And it's not, when I think about it now,
Yeah.
before it was just like just win for the sake of winning for me.
Yes.
Now it's win for me
Yes.
and win for my team.
Okay.
Because if I can do well, and not just in a boxing sense, in a monetary sense,
Yes.
I can look after my coach.
Yes.
He has a club that he needs to look after,
Yes.
which means I can look after that
Yes.
that team as well,
Yes.
and also people from Islington,
Yes.
and be a proper role model and help those who maybe who are in difficult situations. Help women coming up as well, being a good role model for that. Loads of reasons now. It's not what it used to be. I think the goal market or the aim is a lot bigger than it used to be.
Yeah. You did say you wasn't around your family growing
Yeah.
up. How does it feel? I mean, where do you get your support from? Because we all know as pro boxers, it's all about your support.
Yeah. I mean, like I have really great support around me in regards to like a boxing coach who's almost like a father figure. So that's not lost. You know, I have good friends around me, people who want to see me do well, and that makes a massive difference. So you don't do it for the wrong reason. So because I came from a harder background, it was always like, let me imagine this is, you know, this person or that person. But now it's just support, you know, the people around me and stuff. So I've got good support. I'm lucky enough to.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that come from like hard backgrounds. The real reason they make it because they've got good backing. Like let's say, for example, Anthony Joshua and Lawrence Okoli, they come from those sort of areas where
Good guys.
yes, and they had to go through to be top of the amateurs. Now people like Sky and Eddie and helping them. That's the main reasons why they get the support, because they give them the backing.
Yeah.
Or you signed with anyone?
So Mo Pra.
Okay,
he's my manager. Yeah.
Okay. How do you find like do you find it difficult to garner support from like people wanting to buy tickets?
I think anyone who is a pro boxer, if you want a ticket deal, yes, it's difficult and you don't have maybe the backing that others do. But instead of me always, I mean, I can moan about it. People can moan about it, but my job is to focus on what's ahead. And although my path may not be as clear, it may be a little bit hard. I may have to jump over things, go under, and I think you reap what you sow. So at some point, even if they don't care who I am, at some point they'll hear about me. That name will start whistling in the wind, and they say, "Who's Cherrelle? Who's she?" And, you know, and then eventually, I do believe I'll get my opportunity. It's just about using the opportunity the right way to propel yourself further.
All right, you just finished training. I'm sure you got some class. I mean, what do you do now?
So I personal train.
Okay. Where's that?
I work in 3 gyms. So I work in Islington still, so I've still got affiliations with them. I work in another gym in King's Cross, and I work in Anthony Joshua's gym in Baker Street.
Baker Street.
Yeah,
BXR.
BXR. Yeah. So I mean, I worked there this morning at 6:45, and then 7:30. Went home, came here, and then now I'm probably going to go home, rest, eat. Go and train and working in the evening again.
So what time do you wake up like for?
Oh, easy, 5 o'clock.
Do you find that difficult?
Nah, I'm a morning person. But if talk to me at 2 o'clock, I'm like, go away. So, but you know, you have to, like anyone, you do what you do to survive and you know, make a living and be comfortable.
Funny you said about Joshua gym, because Joshua once said something about it's very important to get your sleep. So if you wake up that late, what sort of time do you?
Every day 10:30.
Without fail?
Without fail.
Wow, that's discipline.
Otherwise I'm really upset and
really?
I can sleep, but like every day 10:30. Apart from say on the weekend when it's like a rest day. I've already trained this Saturday, Sunday, I can kind of.
So when you say 10:30, are you actually sleeping?
I'm in bed.
In bed.
At 10:30, yeah.
Do you procrastinate on your phones, watching things?
No, because I know that my routine involves me having to be up at those times. So I know how much sleep I need. I have to be in bed. Otherwise, I do struggle the next day, and I'm not a very nice person sometimes.
Thanks for that advice, because I'm going to try and copy you in that sense.
No, it definitely. Yeah, there's studies on it that said, you know, it's all about routine. So as long as you stick to your routine, then you can rest enough, and your body's used to that. It's if you're not in a routine. So if imagine you're already training and working, and you don't have a routine, it's really difficult to sustain.
You inspired me on that. But Cherrelle, thanks for your time. And do you know when you're fighting next?
So we're looking at potential dates for November, December. But I always go on the word with my coach and stuff and have a little bit of input, but see what he thinks is best. I've just come off holiday, so.
Where did you go?
Indonesia. I went for 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
How was that?
It's beautiful. Very eye-opening when you're in a country where some people don't have a lot of money, and they work really hard. They're up at probably when we're in the hotels, or like they're up at about 4:30, ready, preparing breakfast and things. So how can I complain? In that instance, and it's really eye-opening. You see the world from a different perspective. You really analyse your life and where you want it to go. So for me, amazing.
I'm gonna have to add that to my bucket list.
Definitely try. I'd say to anyone, it's good for your education and knowledge on cultures. Definitely travel. And one thing I learned from there, sorry to speak deep. There's a big Muslim culture over there in the south, and a big Christian culture in the north, and they get on so well. And they call it being flexible and respecting other people's cultures and backgrounds. And for me, that's really interesting, because I think in the West we sort of lose that. We're not very culturally accepting to different people of different colours, creeds, or sexual orientation. And over there, they just don't care. They're just like, as long as you're nice to me, I'm nice to you. And I wish we could take that from there.
What was the food like?
really good.
Really?
Fresh. So if I wanted chicken, they'd kill a chicken that day.
Did you actually watch it?
I saw a guy wring a chicken's neck, and I thought I'd be like, oh my god, what are you doing? But to see, I think it's not as bad as you think, and I think if we're gonna eat meat, I think we should see how it's killed anyway. But knowing that the food was organic, like they eat grass all day and they run around free, it's just different, is it? Yeah, it's very healthy.
Proper organic.
It's not packed. It's just right. It's in the garden. Grab it, cook it, and yeah.
I hope one of your friends that you work with in BXR, another female boxer, just will watch this and do again. What's her name? Amy
Andrews. Yeah.
She's probably like, oh no, chicken.
Probably. No, Amy. I know Amy. She used to box at Islington, so I know Amy quite well. Good boxer, good potential.
Okay, we'll be looking out for her, so hopefully I'd like to have an interview with her someday. And are there any other people trying to get a hold of you on social media or look out for your progress? What are you?
So I'm Cherrelle.hummingbird, because Hummingbird's my professional boxing name.
Okay.
So if you're looking for me, find me on Instagram. My Facebook's down at the moment, so I can't get on, so I've forgotten my password. But I should be back on there soon. But Instagram's the best way to get me. Yeah.
Why the hummingbird? What's that?
So you know when you're looking for a boxing name,
Yeah.
there's like Bomber Brown, Knock 'em Down, and all this nonsense. It just wasn't me. Deep down, I'm a very soft character.
Okay.
And I was sparring in Urban Kings, and a member came up to me and said, "You're very graceful, you're like a hummingbird." And I kind of rolled my eyes, like, "What kind of name is that? That's rubbish." And then when I sat down and thought about names, when I looked behind the meaning of hummingbird, it was one of the biggest words that stood out spiritually for it was resilience. And I would say that explained my character amazingly, and someone with good energy. So that explained my character, and that was the name I went for.
What's your background, like where you originally from? Your parents?
So my mum was born here, but my grandparents were from Jamaica. And my dad was born here, but his parents are from St. Lucia.
Okay, have you been to any of those places?
I've not been there, but it's on one of my lists of places to go. So I'm starting to get much better at geography and starting to plan where I want to go next year.
Now you touched on Indonesia, maybe the Caribbean, so it should be the next.
Possibly.
Probably get good inspiration from how they're living over there.
No,
definitely. I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Cherrelle, thanks for your time, and then we'll be looking. I'll hopefully try and catch you before November or after November, see how your next fight goes and when your next plan is.
Brilliant.
Well, all the best in your future, then. Thanks
for your time.
Thank you very much.
Cool.
Tea,